Right now, investigators are starting the process of determining what caused that plane to crash into a Costco parking lot, killing one of the women on board. In just the past hour, an NTSB investigator arrived in Kearny Mesa to inspect that wreckage. I'm Virginia Cha.
I'm Bill Griffith. They have to find out how the female pilot either bounced off the Montgomery Field runway or took off and suddenly lost power over the 163. It was clipping the roof of the Target store before slamming into the Costco's parking lot. Now, the wreckage is waiting to be examined. 10 News reporter Hannah Mullins is nearby with the first steps in their investigation. Hannah?
And Bill, that NTSB official is behind me right now. They'll likely do a review, an initial review of the site, and find out that plane actually clipped the roof right up there of the Target, but then kept going to take out that pole, spin around, and come to a stop right there. And I've just been told there is surveillance video they'll review to figure out what went so horribly wrong. It looked like chunks of the small plane had exploded with glass blown out around it and a wheel about 50 feet away. People stopped to snap photos of the nasty crash in the middle of a shopping center.
It could have been much worse. I've seen worse.
The plane clipped the Target and landed just shy of a crowded Costco, narrowly missing deeper devastation.
This is a safety lesson. This is a stark reminder that what we do as pilots, it's serious business.
Sean McMillan started flying 2 years ago. He was in the air when the plane went down and nearby workers rushed over. AT&T employee Jeremy Dunkelberger captured this incredible video of one man pulling the elderly woman out. Despite heroic actions, one of the Good Samaritans was still shaken up.
I was able to talk to her before she passed. We told her not to move. She had a pretty deep wound on her neck. I found out that she was 78 years old, and she was kind of in and out of consciousness.
The pilot was still stuck and screaming for help. Dunkelberry dropped his camera, grabbed a fire extinguisher, and put out a fire in the back of the plane. He says this is her and noticed a pilot's route log over her leg that was broken in 2 or 3 places. Both women were rushed to the hospital, but the elderly woman didn't make it. Now it's a matter of understanding why.
Part of my reason to want to check it out is just so I can kind of in my own mind reconstruct what happened and then think about, if I'm faced with a similar situation, how I might deal with it differently.
The plane is registered to William Logan. We've been working to get a hold of him this morning. His relative told us Logan's wife and her mother were on that plane. That would mean the daughter was flying the plane in a crash that claimed her mom's life. We're live in Kearny Mesa. Hannah Mullins, 10 News.
The crash is a tragic loss, with the pilot losing her mother like that. 10 News reporter Ashley DiMartino live at Sharp Hospital, where both were taken, with what she's learned so far about the family.
Yeah, the 2 women were taken here. We still believe that one of them, possibly the pilot, is still here, that is recovering. Now, we did do a search on social media, and here's what 10 News found out. We did find, or were able to find, a Facebook page for a woman by the name of Devin Logan, who 10 News believes is William Logan's wife and who may have been the pilot of the plane that crashed on Wednesday. Now, we did go to William Logan's parents' home to confirm that this is a picture of his son and his wife, but of course no one was home. We also went to an address in Point Loma where William's business is located, but no one there would speak to us. We have done further searches and did find that the woman on that Facebook page is a registered pilot. Of course, again, the information we have learned is that the registered owner of that plane was William Logan, and we did speak on the phone to one of William's relatives who did tell us that William's wife and mother were on that plane. Of course, we're waiting to confirm that information, and of course, we're waiting for the medical examiner to release the identities of the 2 women that were on that plane. For now, we're live in Kearny Mesa. Ashley DiMartino, 10 News.
Well, 10 News viewers shot some incredible video of perfect strangers running into the flames to pull one of the women from the plane. You can see the black smoke billowing from that Mooney aircraft as a Good Samaritan and several of them bravely risked their lives to pull the passengers out of harm's way. Several folks, including Jeremy Dunkelberger there, put their lives in danger. They also rescued the pilot, who has had a broken leg and couldn't get out.
There were 5, 6, 7 people that were right there on top of that burning plane with little fire extinguishers. People were assessing wounds and cutting off clothing and putting pressure on things.
Dunkelberger says if it wasn't for the quick actions of these Good Samaritans, he's quite certain that the other woman would have died as well. 10 News will be monitoring developments on the crash investigation and bring them to you on 10news.com and later in this newscast as well.